Hi guys, my name is Anna. So recently I did another mini clear out of things in my wardrobe that I just don't wear anymore, and it kind of got me wanting to make this video about the fashion trends that feel a bit outdated in 2025 and what you should probably opt for instead to look slightly more modern and stylish, especially for autumn winter. Now, I am no expert in fashion, I am not a professional, and this is just my opinion, and you can literally just wear what you want. You cannot agree with me, but I do look at those aesthetic girls on Pinterest a lot, and I do really appreciate nice silhouettes and outfits. And on my YouTube algorithm, a lot of girls have been doing these what to wear for autumn, so I'm gonna do one too. Let's get into it. So the first thing I threw out were high-waisted skinny jeans, especially if they were distressed. I remember my dad, my grandma nagging me not to wear ripped jeans, but you know, a couple of years ago everybody was wearing them. They were the cool thing, but now I just think they look really cheap and they don't look like proper clothes. Nowadays, maybe it's like a recession indicator, but all the clothes seem to be leaning more towards classic cut, clean cut tailoring. The old money aesthetic was huge for a while. So yeah, no more ripped jeans in my closet for me. I don't understand how I walked around wearing those high-waisted skinnies that were skin tight, and every time you sat down they just dug into your stomach. They were uncomfortable to get off when you went to the bathroom, and I just don't like anything in this high rise now. I much prefer low rise or at least mid rise. Slightly more relaxed, roomier fits that all the women are wearing now is much more flattering and nicer in my opinion. And there's a huge range of styles, from the wide leg to the classic straight cut and to the very trendy right now barrel jeans as well. I don't own any barrel trousers. I'm not sure how I feel about them so far, but they are very, very trendy right now. Some people still do like skinny jeans tucked into some knee-high boots, but in that case I think I would just much prefer to wear a skirt, shorts, maybe with some tights. I think I much prefer that than to wear skinnies. Skinny jeans are also not that good for you health-wise in the crotch region, if you understand what I'm saying. You need to keep that area kind of breezy. But oh my gosh, especially a white jean or a trouser, they have to be loose and roomy. They look about 1,000 times better when it's a relaxed fit compared to when it's skin tight. So chic and sophisticated and elegant. And also just about jeans and trousers in general, what a lot of the girls are doing is just buying them one size or even two sizes up from their normal, because you want to be able to pull them down and wear them low at the hip. When jeans look very tight on the stomach and they come all the way up your belly button and there's like no wiggle room at the crotch, it just looks very uncomfortable. And the trend now is low rise again. So if you want to have that relaxed fit on the hips, then go up a size or two sizes, and it's just so much more comfortable to wear them that way rather than having muffin tops or love handles. Okay, so the next really regretful category for me was any outerwear that fitted just right on my body. I had this stunning All Saints leather jacket that I bought while I was still in London, and I probably wore this jacket less than 10 times in total. Again, like skinny jeans, these fitted biker jackets were so on trend at the time, and I remember the shop assistant saying to me, "Oh, this looks perfect on you, you don't need to go up a size, this is exactly the way you're supposed to wear it." I ended up very recently selling that jacket on Carrot Market at a very marked down price, and I still fit into it. Like, it fit just right on my body, but that's not what you want with outerwear, because I couldn't wear any thick sweaters or cardigans underneath the jacket. The arm was very snug, the armpit was very snug, so you can't layer anything underneath. So for outerwear jackets, coats, you need to have room here so you can wear a bunch of stuff underneath it, and then it becomes much more versatile and you get much more use out of it. With that leather jacket, I could only wear thin t-shirts and like that kind of thing underneath, which was such a shame, because leather jackets, you can only wear them for a very short time during the year before it gets really cold or it gets really hot, you know? Whereas if you have an oversized leather jacket, you can wear a bunch of stuff underneath it, so it becomes much more practical. However, the next regretful item that I threw out were long cardigans. I'll put examples on the screen, but these look extremely mumsy and frumpy and extremely 2010 fashion. They have to be cropped or just stop just above the bum. But these long mid-length cardigans, when you view from the side or from the back, because they cover the curve of the bum but they don't show the waist at all, so it can actually make you look way bigger than your actual size. So yeah, cropped cardigans, that is the ideal. My next regretful purchase is buying certain things in certain colors because they are deemed as classic for a capsule wardrobe. The biggest example of this is my absolutely beautiful camel Max Mara coat, and I do love this coat so much because the silhouette is amazing and it's so warm and keeps me toasty. But if I could go back in time, I would buy it but in a different color. I did get my personal color analysis done in Korea, and I obviously don't take this as the Bible, I just think of it as like someone's opinion, but she told me I was a cool cool, vibrant winter. So she said I look better in more cool colors like blues, navy blues, reds. I keep my hair jet black. I look better in these colors rather than ivories, warm beige, light browns, these kind of colors. And also the saturation of the color I think is really important to me. For example, there's such a huge range of grays, right? From light gray to a darker charcoal gray. I think I look better and I gravitate towards the darker charcoal gray because my overall skin complexion and my hair color, I just look better and I thrive in high contrast rather than low contrast. So with this particular camel coat, it is just too much of a light brown coloring to make it look good on me. I wish I had gone for a gray charcoal, or if I wanted a brown, I should have gone with a darker brown, a grayish darker brown, because those look so sick. If I could go back in time, I would pick one of those, but hey, you live and you learn from your mistakes. Okay, my next regretful purchase is anything that's too overly feminine or girly. So either blouses with huge ruffles or lace, or dresses with flower prints. There's nothing wrong with a flowery dress in the summer. There is really nothing wrong, but I think I know my preferred way of dressing now, and it's much more kind of almost gender neutral. I think now if I were to buy a dress for the summer, I would just go for a more clean cut linen, like a white or a black, just something that looks slightly more sophisticated rather than something too young girl childish vibes. And I find those kind of ruffles and loud prints, they get old very quickly. You get sick of that particular piece of clothing very quickly. Same with overly logo stuff. I mean, with the old money aesthetic phenomena, this has kind of been a worldwide trend. People kind of straying away from like crazy logo mania, right? If you look at the stylish girls on Pinterest right now, none of them are decked out in head to toe logos. None of them. It's all about color matching, making really sophisticated outfits with nice silhouettes and textures, and all the clothes are kind of in neutral colors and all this. But yeah, if your outfit is screaming logos, it seems very outdated and early 2000s. I had this beautiful navy blue Louis Vuitton scarf that I bought in Paris, and it was cashmere and it was really beautiful, but I recently sold that too because I just ended up reaching for my plain gray or plain black, plain camel scarves so much more than that Louis Vuitton one. That scarf did not go with everything, and because it's so logo-y, it's plastered in logos, you notice it every time you wear it, and it becomes much harder to style it with many more outfits. Yeah, the logos are just very noticeable, and it gets old very, very fast compared to just a plain piece of clothing. You can wear it in so many more outfits and people don't notice it as much. So yeah, I ended up wearing my neutral scarves so much more, so I said goodbye to that one and I have absolutely no regrets. The next category is synthetic fabric clothing. So that means polyester, acrylic, nylon, rayon. These are all in the family of synthetic fibers. And of course, when you're in your teens and in your early 20s, you don't care about the composition of your clothes so much. You just want to dress cute and that's all you care about. But right now, at this point in my life, I am very fussy and particular about the composition of my clothes because I'm really trying to buy much less stuff but in much better quality. So I look out for cashmere, like the sweater that I'm wearing right now, 100% cotton, 100% wool, or alpaca, or silk, like these kind of natural fibers. I want basically 100% in all of them or a blend in these, but anything that has polyester, I'm not interested because polyester, basically you're wearing plastic, and whenever you take it on and off, apparently there's like microplastics that go into the air, and then you're putting your stuff in your body. And there's also stuff related to fertility if you wear polyester on you. So I threw out basically all of my previous polyester knitwear. Especially, I really want to have good quality knitwear at this point in my life because those sweaters and cardigans were not breathable at all. It makes you really hot and sweaty, whereas natural fibers don't do that, and it ends up pilling and looking really bad over time. And I want to buy stuff now that I can wear for years down the line, so I'd rather invest and pay a bit more upfront so I can wear this stuff for longer. Also, 100% cashmere just feels so much more luxurious when you wear it compared to a polyester cardigan. So it's something to think about. I know natural fibers cost a lot more, but really consider it an investment. Or you can find some gems secondhand when you go thrifting. And it's also a lot more sustainable than polyester. Polyester is so bad for the environment. I don't mind synthetic fibers in some pants and some skirts, and obviously stuff like gym wear, because sometimes the polyester blends in those make it less crinkly and you can wear it kind of more stress-free without worrying about creasing. But for everything else, natural fibers only. Uniqlo has very good 100% cotton tees at a really affordable price point, which is why so many people love Uniqlo. And COS also tends to make most of their clothes in very nice natural fiber materials. Even places like H&M, if you look at the H&M premium line, which is different from their mainstream streamlined. They have 100% cashmere cardigans and sweaters and all this, so there are plenty of places where you can shop for natural fibers. I really highly encourage you to do so. I also recently swapped out all of my pajamas for everything 100% cotton, throughout everything polyester, because I just don't want that stuff touching my body. Now that I've talked about all the negative stuff, let's talk about some of the things I am so excited to wear for fall. And that, first of all, is anything brown and suede. Oh my god, inject it into my veins. The best color for this kind of cozy season. Previously, for my neutral, my go-to was black, but since last year I have added a lot more brown, and the one item that really kick-started my love for this brown color was this bag. I bought this last year. This is the Burberry Rocking Horse Tote. I saw a random influencer talking about this new bag that she had bought, and I was like, I need that. This is all brown suede. It's leather on the back, it's beautiful, and it kind of has a silhouette of an Hermes Birkin, does it not? And I love the fact that it's not like an obviously recognizable designer bag. This is actually the Burberry B. It looks like a key, right? So you wouldn't know it unless you like follow the brand closely. But seriously, this bag, I carried it a ton already, but this really started my obsession. And I realized once I bought that bag, I need some brown shoes to wear with the bag, because when you match the color of the bag to your shoes, it looks much more pulled together and elevated. It's like, I don't own any brown shoes, so of course I had to get some. So I got Adidas Sambas, but in this gorgeous chocolate brown suede. Sambas are very trending as well. And then these Todd loafers, because sneakers are obviously a bit more casual, but sometimes you want to look a little bit more smart, so these beautiful Todd suede loafers. And then I actually thrifted these. These are Ferragamo leather shoes, super good quality. Obviously, because this leather is in a different texture to the suede bag, so it makes it slightly more interesting. And then these are my most recent addition. These I got from the Korean brand called Sapun. Aren't these stunning? These suede slingbacks, so cute. So yeah, brown has been my absolute love. It's also so much of a softer neutral than black. Black can be really harsh, but brown is more softer, but it's still a neutral, so it goes with basically everything. And obviously another great color for autumn, but every autumn is always reds and burgundies, like I'm wearing right now. And there's so many cute outfits on Pinterest of girls wearing pots of red with lots of grays as well. Red looks amazing with gray. But talking about brown again, one of the best things I bought, and I really can recommend to you guys as well, was this reversible belt. So it's brown on this side, you flip it over, and it's black on the other, so you get two uses out of it. This one is by Ralph Lauren, but so many brands make their own reversible belts. You can get them kind of anywhere. This, you get so much bang for your buck, because you need a black belt with a certain outfit, you have it. If you need a brown belt, you have it. So I think this is so practical, and I seriously highly recommend this kind of belt to everybody. So the other item I love wearing for autumn winter is obviously oversized cardigans and sweaters. But to not look frumpy or kind of outdated, I suggest that you look for cardigans that are loose at the bottom of the cardigan and not cinched in. That looks a bit more 2010s. And the cool girls on Pinterest are wearing the cardigans with just one button up at the top and then showing their white t-shirt underneath. That is the very Gen Z way to wear cardigans right now. For sweaters, I really do like them oversized like this, so I often look for the men's section. I will buy the L or the XL. I either want my tops to be very fitted on me, completely figure hugging, or I want to be swimming in it. There's like no in between basically. Also, I suggest investing in very good high quality basic white tees that come kind of high up to the neck. They can't be super low because they need to be able to peek out from under a sweater like this. All the Pinterest girls are wearing their oversized cardigan sweaters with a white tee underneath. So either have it poking out at the top or have a really long loose white tee that has the white poking out at the bottom. When the bit of white is showing, it kind of breaks up the monotoneness of the outfit, and this is how all the stylish girls are coordinating their winter fall outfits right now. A trend for this autumn that I've been seeing a lot are these funnel neck jackets where the button of the jacket comes all the way up to the neck. So many jackets have been coming out in this sort of shape. These jackets just look very stylish and cool and effortless. In terms of shoes, the only thing that I would say looks very outdated and kind of old-fashioned is any round toe boot or heel. I literally can't stand them. Heels or boots need to be either pointy toe or a square toe because those look very modern and chic, but a round toe is just so frumpy and it just doesn't elongate the legs. The lines just don't look right. There was this very trendy look in the 2010s, but it was like this very short ankle boot combined with a skinny jean that's like either distressed and it is cropped so that you have a bit of skin showing between the boot and the jean, and that look is just so of that time. Nobody's wearing that style right now and it just looks hideous in my opinion. You need to have a longer boot boot covering at least halfway up the ankle, or a cowboy boot, or a completely knee-high boot all the way up to the knee. Also, socks play a huge part in how you look stylish, particularly how the young Gen Z are dressing these days. Back then, no-show socks or like ankle socks, everyone was wearing those. These days, nobody is wearing those. Everyone is wearing crew socks, or even socks that go all the way up to the knee. I suggest buying several pairs in white because white are the ones you're going to get the most use out of. But I have socks in browns, ivory, grey, black obviously, and some girls even have red socks for that pop of red to go with their outfits. It looks so good. The outfit just looks so much more flattering with this kind of crew sock rather than no socks at all, or if it's the ankle socks are terrible. The no-show socks are terrible. Don't wear those, honestly. Always pair a sock with the shoe. And finally, polka dots were the biggest trend this year, particularly for spring and summer, but they're not going anywhere for autumn. And I think in particular, these midi skirts in polka dot are so cute. But you know, with this kind of very trendy pieces, you know it's not going to last forever. So I have one polka dot top and this one skirt, but otherwise I'm not interested in adding more than that. What I have is enough. So yeah, if you're interested in where I like to shop, and if you want some Korean fashion brand suggestions, let me know down in the comments and I could do a separate video on this. But yeah, what do you think about these autumn fall trends? What are you excited to wear? And let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!